today was such a special day because I made Darren Chalky. I don't even know his name. I don't even know how to say it. And if you don't know who he is, me either. I didn't know. So today we went into Wind Supply and we just saw a guy and we're like, oh look, it's the Zenten rep. So we're like, fuck it, we have a job. We finished a little early. We had some time to kill. So we started talking to the guy. And then he started explaining to us how every tool worked and how they're pushing into America. And I know it's true because back then the F store, I can't even say that, shall be named the F store. I know what you guys are know what I'm talking about because you guys are plumbers. This is the only store that will used to carry this tool right here. And this is before I met Darren. So I've been using his products for a while, and I told them about that. I was like, dude, I love this fucking thing. It was, and guess what? Don't go, and that's why I'm telling you, go to Wind Supply because their fucking prices were way cheaper. And if your local Wind Supply doesn't have it, you could just will call it and they'll bring it in. So you just might have to wait because you can't buy these online. But if you have a Wind Supply around you, you should be able to will call it even though they don't have it in stock because other Wind Supplies have it now. So I met Darren and I bought all these. These are all new. And I'll put the next video where I had my meta glasses on, and this whole time he didn't know I was recording every interaction. But if you see how he acts, he's very like, I thought he was just a fucking sales rep, not gonna lie. And he was telling me, he's like, hey man, like, oh fuck, like you recorded all this? I was like, dude, yeah. He's like, dude, it's like I should have changed how I was talking. I'm like, dude, plumbers don't care how the way you talk. I used to think the same thing. I was like, oh, I'm gonna try to not cuss and not do this, but plumbers don't care. And I honestly thought he was just a rep guy. Then when I found out he was the co-founder of Zenten, and then he just started telling me all the history of how they're pushing into America. So they barely came into America 2 years ago. And like I said, I have like so many clips of non-stop. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna upload it to YouTube because it's easier to just upload all the clips, put it on YouTube, and then from there cut it. So if you want to get the full video of him do his whole dude, because you gotta just watch it. Because I was supposed to be there for 10. I ended up being there for 2 fucking hours buying all these tools because they were so badass. And the main reason I told him, like, dude, you don't do YouTube? And he's like, what do you mean we don't do YouTube? Because he was talking about how these are from Metagas. And if you guys don't know a commercial, like you gotta decontaminate it, and he said that's why you have to grease them. I'm like, dude, no one reads the fucking directions. And that was the big. When I was like, dude, watch, I'm gonna make you go viral because, dude, people love this. I didn't even know. I saw these things, and he's like, dude, this has been in the UK for like 15 years old. It's a 15-year-old tool, and I was like, dude, it's never been in America because they just brought it. And I did a comparison with the Milwaukee cutter. You do the video, and he convinced me to buy these. And they're not even that expensive when you think about it. But they come in clutch. He showed me how to use it. And like I said, if it weren't for YouTube, TikTok, social media, we won't. The new generation doesn't read fucking instruction manuals. They like to do. I told him, I feel like you have ADHD. I probably have that too. And I was like, dude, I need to watch something. I don't read. I need to visually see stuff. And like I said, you make sure you guys like this video because this is going to be like a 30-minute video. Did not plan to make this video. Did not plan on meeting this guy. I didn't even know who he was. But you got to buy these fucking tools. They're fucking great. I'm not even sponsored by them. And like I told them, dude, I remember a year ago, someplace that the F store was the only store that would carry these. And once all my boys saw me, because they come and help me on the weekend something, they're like, where the fuck did you buy that thing? And I was like, and they were asking me back and forth, like, dude, I can't even get this shit on Amazon. What's the brand? I'm like, it's Zenten, dude. He's like, where the fuck did you get it? Honestly, I told him I went to the App Store, and they were the only one that carry it, but now Wind Supply is carrying them. So run and get these bad boys, because these come in clutch. I love these. And then when he started explaining every other tool, you know I had to buy it. Like this tool, like I said, guys, make sure you like and follow so I could get like the best reviews, because I got the guy's personal number. That's why I was like, I didn't even know who this guy was. I honestly thought he was just a British salesperson, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And the way he treated me and the way I treated him was just like I treated him like, yeah, let me hear what you got to say, man. I did not know I was talking to the man himself, the co-founder. All I gotta say is, Rigid, you better watch the fuck out, because these motherfuckers are pushing into America. And I've been impressed with those. So go watch the whole fucking video. I'm gonna upload it on YouTube first, and then I'm just gonna clip stuff, and because it's easier. So if you guys want to watch the full fucking video, or you see clips, go to YouTube and watch the whole thing, or you could just watch the clips, because we got so many fucking clips just from a random wind supply visit. And make sure he wants to do something with the TikTok thing and the social media. And I was like, so it's up to you guys. If you like, follow. We could get the newest tool. We could be like one of the first plumbers to get all their tools. Like I said, I fell in love with these tools. All my boys have been, like I said, I had non-stop conversation. We're like, where the fuck did you get this thing? And I was like, the F store a year ago had it, and it makes a perfect sense time-wise, because that's where around when I found these, I'm like, oh, that one's back. Look how wide that thing goes. That's fucking wide. And look, it's I love this tool. The F store got me. This thing was, I don't even remember, but I was so mad about the price. But thank God, so the capitalism is entering the market, and the F store is not the only store that has them now. And the wind supply is very competitive, and they have this for a good price, and it's worth every penny. I would have paid the same price at the F store. Hell no, not no more. But now with the price they were giving me, you knew I had to walk out with like 6 fucking brand new tools, and they're just wrenches. Honestly, I think I spent around $300 for all these, which is not bad compared to the F store, where I was like, I think if I remember correctly, I think they told me it was 100 plus this big ass one, and I paid for it because they were the only ones that had it. And I was such in love. I loved that one so much that I was like, I gotta get that one. So the F store got me, but now Wind Supply carries these, dude. So order them. Make sure you like and follow, and make sure you comment, because like I said, he does not know anything about YouTube. Like I said, the whole interaction, he didn't know I was even recording him. He was like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, dude, these are meta glasses, you could record. He was like, what the hell? I mean, this guy is an OG, and I didn't even know he was an OG. I never even thought there was like OG plumbers until I came in there and I searched them, and he's like, oh, here's my business card. I'm like, what the fuck? You're the co-founder? He's like, yep. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here, dude? But like I said, make sure you watch the whole YouTube video and skip this if you, I mean, you can't skip it. Like I said, I'm not gonna edit stuff because I don't got time. I'm a plumber. But make sure you go watch the YouTube.
I was just cutting, you know, normal copper like that. I wouldn't go back to
What about the blade replacement? How's that work? Pretty easy?
Easy. Don't do what a guy did. So I always tell people, and it's got it on the instructions how to change the blade. But I had a plumber called Jamie call me from Palm Springs, and he goes, I've got one of your cutters down, and he said, I've gone to change the blade. He goes, I've undone it, springs everywhere and whatever. I'm going, no, Jamie, I told you that's not what you need to do. So to change the blade, literally just wind that down like that, undo that screw, tap the wheel out, put the new wheel in, tighten up, you're good to go. You haven't got to separate anything. And there you go. The only thing I will say is we sell a lot of these into the Medigas industry. And as you probably know, with Medigas, you can't have any contamination.
Yeah,
on the
Medigas.
so these come ungreased, completely dry. So when you buy it, you would have to spritz it with WD-40 or a lubricant or something, because before you do that, it's going to feel a little bit ratchety because it's metal against metal. You know, but obviously, you know, because of the, you know, when we were supplying them originally with oil and grease on, you know, the Medigas guys were like, oh, you know, I've got to spend $100 to have oxygen cleaned. They said, can you just supply
bare.
Yeah, so it didn't make sense to us to make, you know,
Metaglass, yeah.
So in the end, we just said, like I said in the instructions, you know, they come out.
But no one listens to the instructions.
Nobody.
No, they don't. I know.
Do you guys do a lot of YouTube videos, or
No, we don't do that
you know, I've been recording this also. You're gonna go viral.
Really?
Yeah. So these are meta glasses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well,
kidding.
I've been recording. Well, that's why I told them get them. So I got because I do a TikTok and people, a bunch of plumbers follow me.
Did I speak to you before?
No, I don't think so.
No.
But there's other plumbers, so your products are gonna go viral.
No, I appreciate.
They're gonna
that,
love.
brother.
So yeah.
Well, if you're gonna do that for us, we'll have to give you some. Give me your. Have you got a card, guys?
Yeah. You got the cards on the top, or we could give her. We could scan the QR code.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Well.
Okay, so here's our blowtorch. I was a plumber in London for 30 years, and every plumber's got burns on their arms.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly.
That's why I wear long sleeves.
I know.
That's why we all wear long sleeves.
Join the club. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to create a blowtorch that wasn't going to burn our customers, not going to burn the plumbers. So we've given it a cool nozzle. So the way in which we've done that is inside there is a chrome and ceramic lining that creates a thermal barrier between the flame and the nozzle. So that's part of the way that it goes to sort of maintaining the cool temperature of the nozzle. But the other way is it's slightly over gas. So the injector is about 6% oversized. So instead of the combustion taking place halfway down the nozzle, it takes place right at the end of the nozzle, closer to the secondary air. And that just means that instead of there being interaction between the flame and the nozzle of like an inch, it's only a quarter of an inch. And what it does, it just keeps the nozzle cool.
So what did they use in movies? They're like, oh, we're gonna burn them with the. There's
so
nothing hot, huh?
No, it's not hot.
What the fuck?
So burning your arms or ours would be a thing of the past.
So my thing is, we would love this, but we hate this design of this way.
We're working on one.
Because that's what we use, the
SK99.
SK99 or the 9.
Yeah, really good torch. But yeah, so we're working on that. I mean, we've almost got it right. But
okay, you're working on it, because I would buy that, but I'm not gonna buy that because you're making it 2 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you get me?
No,
exactly 2 feet, but in positions
right.
I can't.
I think what's where we've come in from Europe. In Europe,
yeah.
This is a standard. We don't have the swivel torches in Europe. Certainly not in the UK. So obviously, when we first came to the US, we were like, "This is what we've got," and everybody was saying, "Oh, we want a swivel," and we're like, "The fuck's a swivel?" And we were like, "Oh, you mean one of them?"
Yeah,
so
that's my number one torch.
So that's what we're working on. So it'll have the same nozzle on it. It'll have the same unique features. It'll have the same removable diffuser. Whereas if you drop flux of solder down the end, it will just land on that diffuser. The solder won't melt to that, because where it's got no temperature, even if you get flux on before the solder won't flow on it because the surface temperature isn't high enough. So if you clean it off, put it back, and you've got no downtime.
Yeah, because this happened to me before, where I can't start my fucking torch, and I have to use another torch to heat it up.
I know.
And I was like,
I know.
This happened to me before.
There you go. So we've just tried to, we tried to put everything together, thinking of the plumber.
Yeah.
And there you go, brother. Did you like that? So comfortable. And that is moulded around my hand. So that is moulded around my hand.
My hand's bigger.
No, you can't buy it then. You can't buy it, guys. If your hand is that
American
big,
hands are bigger.
Yeah. So
I'm telling you, you make the SK299 swivel.
What we're gonna do.
We're gonna buy it, man.
And just to show you guys that I'm not bullshitting you, right? So there's the principle. So there's the removable diffuser, and it should have my name there. There you go.
That's your pennant?
Darren Chalky, yeah.
That's like your pennant?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But like I said, I'm doing it. I want to make it fucking better for the plumbers. Obviously I want to, I want the company to do well, so my daughters haven't got to worry. But my main driver is talking to plumbers and them going, fucking hell, that was a great tool that you've invented.
Yeah,
but
it
equally,
was.
If I invent something that's fucking crap, I need the plumbers to tell me. But don't get me wrong, it would never get to that point.
Yeah.
Because having been a plumber for that amount of years, you kind of have got a vague idea what the plumber expects, what performance they expect.
Well, you saw how I was bashing that. I was like, it's rusted.
Well, no, I know, but again, but then I'll talk to the plumbers and I'll say, look, what do you think of this, guys?
Yeah.
And don't tell me that, and they'll be going, it's great. I said, I don't want to fucking hear what's great about it. I want you to tell me what's fucking not right about it, so that when we launch it, we can launch it right, Yeah. So like I said, I'm working with 11 different plumbers that have got other ideas, or we're collaborating. I don't want to be a manufacturer that sells to the plumbers. I want to be the same. We're the same. We're the same. We're plumbers. All right, so I've got CEO after my name. Doesn't mean nothing. I'm a plumber working with you guys. We're developing
That's just like Elon Musk. He has engineer on his,
he
doesn't care. He's like, I'm an engineer.
No, and a bit like you when you looked at my card and you go CEO. this is what I'm comfortable doing.
Yeah.
You know, if someone said to me, Darren, you got to sit in the office for
No, I'll
forever,
go
never
crazy
talk to
too.
me, I'll be like, what use is that? You know, what use is that? You
But
know?
what's the use of just waiting for one and telling you your story? You know, the market, like
Well,
making
no,
a brand.
I mean, like I said, we've got so much opportunity. You know that we're
I
so
mean,
untapped.
you guys have
but-
the funding of like making a cool ass production team about YouTube, TikTok,
yeah,
Instagram.
yeah, no,
That's the future. We're the
yeah.
future.
No, I know. No,
I'm
28,
29,
no,
but
you are the future. No, you
well,
absolutely are the future. But
I'm,
what I wanted to do,
I'm pretty old, but you get what I'm saying.
but what I wanted to do, I wanted to stabilise the brand first and make sure.
You already got good reviews. I'll tell you that from me.
Yeah,
and
no,
I'm
I
like,
appreciate
I'm
that.
like,
And like I said, I just wanted. I'm one of these guys. Unfortunately, I'm very glass half empty. So if I showed this tool to 100 plumbers and 100 plumbers were like, man, that's fucking great. You know the grip is great and but I had one guy. And until you get there, you never knew whether you were going to have something that you could get up underneath and sort of loosen the faucet and everything else. And
Yeah.
what you did, you'd have one brand of wrench and another brand of wrench, and you go in there in the bucket, and it was all, you know, you'd have to prefab stuff and everything else. And I thought, right, I'm going to develop a kit that's got everything in it that will fit every UK faucet that's been sold on the market since 1970. And this was it.
and you sold like the rights to it, or you?
No, I sold the business in the end. So that was it. So that was the kit, and that is so good. And I'm so close to having the US version. The US version is a lot more comprehensive because you've got a lot more faucets. But see if you can work out this right.
And you sold that company?
Yeah, I sold that company in 2018. So see if you can work this out right, guys. Let's let this load.
Hook up to our Starlink.
Right, guys, right. How do you think I came up with the name for my previous company? So that was the name of my company in the UK. How do you think I came up with that name?
No, red.
Yeah.
So what's your name? It's Daryl's backwards?
That's exactly it. It's Darren Backwards. So that was my company, Darren Backwards. So that was it. So if you have a look, right? So let me see.
There's a picture of you?
I think there might be, yeah. Not a very good picture. Let's see if that loads. I don't know why it's not loading. Let me do tools.
No, those big wrenches, we love them.
They are good. Aren't they? Yeah.
They just come so
Yeah.
much in handy.
Yeah. Let's have a look. See. So I'm on the. Here you go.
And like I said, back in the day, Ferguson was the only one that
There
carried them.
was, yeah. So Nero Tools, a company that designed and manufactures high-performance plumbing hand tools, founded 2010 by a plumber, made by plumbers, and there's me.
Oh shit!
Found
So
it.
this is my
Your second baby?
rodeo. Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
shit!
yeah.
And when did you start Zenten?
No, well, what happened was, so with my UK company, I had we were manufacturing about half the range, but the other half we were having manufactured for us, you know. And Zenten was one of the companies that was manufacturing our pipe cutters. So what happened is I sold the business in 2018, didn't make much money out of it, you know, and I went back to plumbing, you know, because with the tools and that, I was almost an accidental hero. So I went back to plumbing and whatever else, and in 2022, Zenten came to me and said, Darren, look, you know, we want to launch the products in the US, but what Zenten are is they're an OEM manufacturer, so they manufacture for other brands. This is our self-locking pipe wrench. I need to talk. I'm not natural now, am I? This is our fucking pipe wrench.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. They don't care if
This
you
is our
cut.
self-locking pipe wrench, and obviously this is a standard pipe wrench. It's not one of ours,
Yeah.
but it's a competitor's wrench, and it's good. But just to show you the difference in how much quicker it is to use our wrench on a configuration of pipe work like that. So if you had this wrench and you want to go from that side, you've got one adjustment, you've got another adjustment, you've got another adjustment, and another adjustment, and that's fine because that's what we're used to. But with our one, there's no manual adjustment, so if you clip it on, clip it on, clip it on, clip it on, it's self-locking and self-adjusting. And the more that you load it, the more it actually grips. So, that's on there.
The real test is if you grab two and then loosen them.
Well, there you go.
You know, like break that one loose.
Well, this one, I'm going to use an 18 for this.
Because that's the problem where, you know, like when we flip them,
Yeah.
I noticed some on the other brands, they don't, they lose grip, so.
There you go.
You see that? Oh yeah, these things grab good. Yeah, on the other brands, they slip way more. Yeah, they grip way better.
They're pretty good.
And how much are these?
They're about $16,000, but today they're on special.
They're on sale today?
About, I think these are about 80. The guys will give you a price, about 82.
Yeah,
I
and
think,
what are
something like
this made out of aluminum?
that. AD12 aluminum, yeah.
AD12
yeah.
aluminum?
Yeah, so it's like it's got just a slight amount of like, what's the word? It's slightly ductile.
Yeah.
So it's not brittle. You
Like
know,
I said, the other ones, the problem is they rusted out and they got water in there.
Yeah.
So what about these? Do you?
Lifetime warranty.
So if they
even
get water, it gets rusted out.
If it gets rusted out, you literally just take it back to the wholesaler. They'll swap it out. They'll give you a new one or give you a credit. There's no questions asked.
So you can bring it back to wholesale. You don't have to fucking ship it to somewhere.
No, you haven't got to send them back and have us evaluate them and say, okay, user error or you know, they haven't been maintained.
Like I said, we have a bunch of these, and then these, they're badass because they're small.
Yeah.
And they're wide. And then like on other brands, and I noticed over time, I could tell over years or months of using it, this thing gets stuck on the other ones, and you see how.
Well, I'll tell you what we use them for sometimes in the UK. Let me see. We use them sometimes to shock a fit.
Like what?
If you've got, let's say for instance, you've got, just grab that. So sometimes if you were using channel locks to loosen that off, sometimes what you're doing is you're gripping so tight because you don't want it to slip, but you end up actually, you know, onto the PCB. So literally again, just fold it up, make it a bit smaller, you know, slide it in under whatever component you're changing, you know. So there, and so. But the other thing I used to use it for as well is that I had a habit of undoing these screws and
dropping them. Yeah.
So do you know what I do? Yeah, but do you know what you do?
Yeah, we're paranoid about that, you know.
Do that. Clamp that up like that.
And
Undo the screws.
the screws never fall back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's got so many uses.
How much is this thing?
I think it's about 20. They're actually at stock about 24.
We're taking that one. Give it to
Yeah,
us.
I've abused this one. Trust me, my friend. You know, but they can get some in for Monday. But no, this for a service plumber is a no-brainer.
Yeah, we're sending us on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Especially like I didn't know that you know, because like you said, when we get even the 3/4, it's almost impossible to. I'm like, God damn, I'm fucking up my knuckles, and I have a crescent, you know, and I'm like,
yeah, and you put it on. But this, I mean, I've got to be honest. I mean, the first time you use this, you know, the first time you go to use it, because it's not, the operation isn't obvious, you'll go, you know, you'll throw it, you know, because basically the way in which it works, so it works the same as like a standard cutter where you have to tighten, rotate, and the groove gets deeper and deeper and deeper until it's cut through. But obviously it has to operate in a slightly different way, because the way it works is you have to get this to separate from the body so that can rotate. So if you're using it as a standard cutter, literally tighten it up and load it up as you would do, and then do your rotations, and then do your tighten, and then do your rotation and do your tightens, and eventually you'll cut it. But when you want to use it as a ratchet, literally put it on, load it up as you would do, like I said, a standard cutter. But then what you need to do is you need to pull that knob out, because on the end of that knob is a hexagonal steel shaft, and that locates into that hexagonal socket. So basically it will only tighten up when that shaft is in that socket.
Oh, okay.
You know? So so basically what you do is...
So you gotta spin, lock it in, and then tighten it?
But it locks in automatically. So what happens is, so pull that out, then you'll allow that to start ratcheting, and then if you look, you can see that socket coming round, coming round. And what happens is...
It locks in again?
It locks in again, exactly. So it comes in, and where that sprung
and it pushes it,
click straight in,
and then
you just do it again. So literally lock, click, locked in, do again, and it will come round, come round, lock in again, ready for the next one. So the first couple of times you do it, you've got to, it won't be, you can't do it subconsciously. You've got to think about, whereas when you're using this, you know exactly what it's doing.
Yeah.
But with this, you just have to think about it. After you've used it 4 or 5 times, standard. You'll be able. You can't have PEX in the UK. They keep trying to, every like 2 years, they keep trying to push it through. But I've got to be honest, the copper manufacturers are so big that they kind of keep it under wraps,
So they unionize it so they can't?
They kind of do. Yeah, they kind of do.
So PEX is illegal in the UK?
Yeah.
So what is this little thing right here? What?
Oh, no, well, that's just like a set spirit level. So like if you're running a line, it's like you would have a spirit level on there, but it would just keep falling off because it's not magnetic. Yeah. Well, we've got these. So they clip on, so it's like a complete set.
It's a complete set. What is it?
Well, yeah, so what it does, it goes 3/4 to 2 inch.
3/4 to 2 inch?
3/4 to 2 inch, yeah. So
and it does copper?
It does all the copper up to, but it doesn't do copper 2 inch.
It doesn't do copper 2 inch?
It doesn't do copper 2 inch, because, I'll be honest, you can get the smaller one that will clip on. Yeah, good morning, guys. You can get the smaller one.
How come that one has like all the... there's like four of them?
That's just a sample one, yeah.
Oh, there's like 4 of them. I thought it was just like one and it had a bunch of clips. Right, don't cut it for him.
Yeah, so it would fit. Would it fit in the second? Would it fit in the one?
Yeah, would it fit on that one? Don't cut it. You just try to clip it, dude. Nah, I don't think it fits.
No.
Look.
And that goes to
inch. Could I see the other one?
So this is one that goes to 3/4. Sorry, inch and a quarter. So this is a bit of inch.
So wait, it does 2 different sizes?
Yeah, no, it does 3.
So what the hell?
So you have a look. So you wind it all the way down. Can you see it coming down?
Yeah.
All the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down.
And you said that. So that one does have to 3/4?
After 3/4, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's fully adjustable. It actually goes down to 1/4 inch, actually.
And that one fits right there?
Yeah. Because obviously what I've done, I've made this so that it's so tight.
Yeah.
That it will, it will just show you.
Oh, yeah.
So it makes life a bit easier. And again, would your Milwaukee do that?
No, it didn't. It doesn't fit. Look. Yeah. And then there's
that's good though. That's really good.
But there's some places that's why.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't realize it looked bigger. That's why I didn't want to get it.
Yeah, it does look bigger, but it's. That's as small as we can make it to accommodate. We tried to make it small, but the trouble is they were going to break.
Yeah.
So that.
How much is that bad boy?
I think that one there. I think is about 58.
That's not bad. $58.
Yeah, $58, and it's easy to change the blade as well because if you change the blade, literally just unscrew that. There's a screw, undo the screw, tap the wheel out, put a new wheel in, tighten up, you're good to go. Comes with a lifetime warranty, but not on the blade.
Okay.
Not on the blade, yeah. So we've got all that. We've got all...
How much are these little things?
They're on the system. I think they're about 31, I think. 31 or something.
31?
Yeah, have you seen these self-lockers, guys? These are super popular. So, obviously, if you had a standard wrench, this isn't one of ours. This is a competitor's wrench, and it's a good wrench. But you have to go from that size, that size, that size, that size. You've got one adjustment, then you've got another adjustment, then you've got another adjustment, then you've got another adjustment. Well, these are just self-locking, so there's no adjustment. So you just go straight on, straight on, straight on, straight on, and there's no adjustment.
What's the grip like?
The grip is crazy.
Come on, test it out.
You can use it as a wrench. You can use it as a ratchet. But you asked me about the grip. So there you go. So if you jump on my shoulders, are you ready? So what we've got.
Those have lifetime warranty?
They have a lifetime warranty as well. So what we've got a 10 inch, a 12 inch, a 14 and an 18. And we've just released a little baby 8 inch because the plumbers wanted an 8 inch one, but we couldn't make this out of aluminum because it wasn't strong enough. So we made this one out of ductile iron. And don't get me wrong. She's still a little. She still packs a punch.
Yeah.
She really packs a punch.
So on the other one, I had a problem where it rusted it out. Or do you guys have that kind of issue?
No, we don't have an issue. But it's got a lifetime warranty, so it doesn't matter.
How do you, if something's wrong with it, how does that work?
You bring it back here and they swap it.
Oh, that you just...
Yeah, just swap it. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, seriously, very easy.
What the heck is that thing?
Well, that's like an orbital cutter. So this basically cuts the pipe from the outside in.
What type of?
Like Schedule 40, Schedule 80. And it doesn't use a wheel, it uses a blade. So you know what it's like. We were getting a lot of guys that were saying that when they were running water lines to, let's say, a new development, and they were using a sawzall.
Yeah, and then all the trash.
That's exactly it. And it was all getting caught in all the showers and everything else. So they said, you know, have you got something that will cut from the outside in? And we said, well, yeah, you know, because obviously that won't let any swarf in.
Oh, go inside.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so that was it. So that was a good seller for us. I'll tell you what's a surprisingly good seller.
So what is this, Schedule 80?
That's 80, I think. Yeah.
And you have these cutters that cut in.
Yeah.
They're different.
Yeah. So what you do is all our cutters come with a wheel for copper. But if you want to use this big one to catch Schedule 40 and Schedule 80, you have that bigger wheel in, because obviously the wall thickness is that much more. So the copper wheel isn't thick enough, so it won't penetrate all the way through. But yeah, what I was going to say, guys, this was considered a gimmick in the UK. We sold none. But this is actually...
You sold none in the UK?
We sold none, almost
Why?
none. Well, I don't know why. But in the US, this is our third best-selling tool.
What the fuck?
So I'll show you. So that goes like that, and then that will lock in 10 different positions. So like if you're working down in a pit, you can go straight down. If you're around the back of a shower, you can go like that. If you've got I don't know why you would use it like this, but you know, if you've got no room at all, you can use it like that. So yeah, we're selling loads of them. We're so surprised.
You know what I do? I do like your guys' product, but these, well, I do buy these because they're big and wide.
Are big.
They're
big.
wide, and
really
sometimes
wide.
those
And
nuts.
what we've done, we've
their
trimmed
skin.
them.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
We have all of those.
Yeah, we have.
This one. We don't have.
We have this one too, huh?
We don't have. Yeah, we have that.
You got the little back.
Yeah, they come in clutch because sometimes there's a water heater,
exactly.
and then we're hitting stuff.
Yeah.
So these we love.
Yeah,
like
they are quite good. Yeah.
So what do you?
I'll tell you what else we've just done as well. So, and we manufacture all this, but we don't manufacture